These are fucking fleets. These are fleets coming from outer space. This is space. Look at the NASA International Space Station HD live feed, courtesy of NASA. Oh my, what the fuck is that? That's a mothership. That's like a, oh, I'm sorry guys. There's something going on. This is a fucking mothership. Excuse my language, but you guys don't believe in aliens? What the hell is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. What the fuck is that? Oh, look at, they stopped it. They stopped it. Something's, oh shit. They fucking stopped this shit. The video from Space Station External High Definition Camera has been He's
like right there with it. Oh, he's like right on it. Ooh. That whatever it was just shut down the drone. If that was a drone.
I told y'all those drones were there for those orbs. That's why the drones have been in the sky, because of the orbs. What are the orbs? Fuck the drones. The drones are ours. What are the orbs?
Welcome back to New Day Spirituality. I'm the Sparkling One. This is disclosure.
The UAP or UFO sightings that are happening worldwide, you heard it here first. So when we heard it in it, we announced it first that it was going to start. And a few days later, it started and it's ongoing. So this is where you got it. And so that's important to remember. And then the second thing is the Armageddon thing. We're trying to connect the dots so that when it actually does start to happen, you can follow along. Now remember, if the Armageddon thing doesn't happen, the bad ETs, those are the ones that our side is opposed to. They don't want it to happen. They want everything to go away. They are the ones who cooked up all these crises, but they had them planned out so that they would be staggered over like a 20-year period to constantly keep humanity in a state of low boil, constantly in a state of chaos. The only thing our side did was to take all of the crises and crunch them up all at once, move the timing of them so that the information control systems would boil over and they would not be able to control things. And why does disclosure have to happen now? Because the bad ETs and the human collaborators will have full control over social media in 2 more years. So those channeling people that you hear saying 2 more years we'll get some beginning of open disclosure, 3 more years, 4 more years, they're lying through their teeth. They're not trying to push open disclosure. In 2 or 3 more years, there'll be no disclosure at all. Now is the last time we finally have the internet, we have the connectivity, we have social media that's not fully constrained right now, and this is the only time it can happen. So if it doesn't happen now, it just ain't gonna happen. Or if it does happen, it'll be happening by the bad ETs, highly controlled, and to keep you and everybody else as a slave. So this is the time that we're actually having this. This is the struggle. This is the war situation we are in right now. And make no mistake about it, we are in a war. There's so much confusion and bad information trying to manipulate you and trigger and trap you into thinking things that are just not true. So this is really tight for you to be able to follow us. That's why we're having the Farsight Spotlight twice a week on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights.
Let's keep our energy positive because they want to keep the fear going, okay? They survive off of fear. Their religious systems, their governmental systems, they push fear in order to keep us herded like sheep and keep us under their thumb, keep us in control. We must not fear right now. That was the whole CIA Hollywood operation, to pump out all of these ET sci-fi movies where the ETs are hideous creatures that want to invade Earth and attack us, okay? No. That already happened thousands of years ago. They did all those things to us. And it was the reptilians and the greys who did it. And they have placed themselves in high key positions, royal families, and they've hidden themselves in our government. They've hidden themselves to appear to look like us. Okay, so the fear has already happened. The alien invasion has already happened. They're already in place. They've been living like royalty among us, ruling and lording over us for thousands of years. There's another video that I've been working on about the Antichrist, Akhenaten, sun worship. I need to get that one out. So I am going to make a key effort to getting this videos out, because that's my second message, is share. Talk. Now is the time to talk about your experiences, your contacts, and your dreams. Now is the time to share, talk, and communicate, because guess what? As the energy continues to ramp up, this positive energy, our family is here. Our family is here. Just talk. Talk about your experiences, because people will listen now. I was so amazed last night. They're willing to listen now, okay? And it's only going to continue to ramp up. This is just the beginning of the disclosure, okay? I actually remote viewed this topic. I didn't make a video on it, but I remote viewed how would disclosure happen. And what I saw was huge ships flying over people's houses. Now, at the time, that didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I said, I never got a video out about it, but that's what I saw as disclosure. So this is it. And basically what I got from that remote viewing session was that they're going to have to introduce themselves. Okay? Now, who are they? Who are these ETs that are their ships look like orbs, or they have the ability to shapeshift. I'm going to try to pack this video with much needed information that we need to get out here, because there's a lot of fear. We got a lot of religious people that aren't on board with us. They're just not on the same page with us, okay? Because religion, most of your pastors are Freemasons. Let's just break it to you. Most of your pastors are Freemasons, and all roads lead to Rome, okay? They're agents to keep Caesar in power. The Roman Empire never failed. The Western world is the Roman Empire. Canada, America, Europe. You are the Roman Empire. That's what you should fear. You should fear your governments. You should. Now, I'm not saying that everybody, some people actually are civil servants and they help and they try to help. But we've seen many starseeds try to go into government positions or try to get out here and spread awareness and create large platforms and go, give out lectures, and they get snuffed out. Okay? That's what your government has been doing to starseeds that are trying to help in the awakening process. They attack us. Many of us are targeted individuals. That's another video that I've been wanting to make, a video for the targeted individuals. Okay, a targeted individual is someone that gets followed by the black SUVs, that gets followed by black vehicles. to me, from my experience, they're normally black vehicles, but you just know. You know when someone's following you for no reason, because you would think that a person with a regular, like a ordinary job wouldn't be followed and attacked like this, but they know who we are. After a while, they know which ones are awake. Okay? And those are the ones they want to keep an eye on at all costs. In order for me to do this work, I must remain balanced. We do have to look at and acknowledge the negative. We cannot be like ostriches who keep their heads buried in the sand, thinking that threat will go away. These false flags and stuff like that. Yeah, we see it, we acknowledge it, we prepare for it, because one of the best ways to dispel fear is knowledge. We have been concerned with the war in Gaza, and we talked with the spirit known as Yeshua. We talked with him, and remember, guys, he promised us something would happen in December, and it just happened. Okay, this fall of Syria. Do not be dismayed. Okay, Yeshua told us that the Palestinians' burdens would be eased. That there would be a miracle happen in December. It looks very bad now. It looks bad now. But the fall of Syria is going to be beneficial to the entire Arab world. Okay. I used this video clip to create a target so that I could hone in on one of these drones. So I locked on to this target. I was immediately attacked. Okay. I suddenly experienced heart palpitations. And for the short time that I was focusing in on this drone, the heart palpitations increased to the point where I backed out of it. So this thing attacked me. I suited up this time, and I attempted to remote view this thing again, this drone. I saw a hole in the ground open up, hovered out of this hole in the ground, and I feel the direction that it went north. And that's how it got to this location. This is the weirdest thing, but there was a consciousness inside, but it was not a being. This is artificial intelligence that is working or maneuvering of its own volition. Like, this thing is not like some autonomous thing. This is a living consciousness, and it knows how to defend itself psychically by psychic attack. This thing is a living consciousness. It is artificial intelligence. I don't know how to explain this, but it's artificial intelligence that is very self-aware, very conscious. It knew that I was honing in on it. It sensed, it reacted to me trying to remote view it, as if I was a threat to it, and it attacked me psychically. This artificial intelligence attacked me psychically. Okay, I don't understand that. This is something very advanced. So then, on my third session, I wanted to move forward in time. I wanted to create a target location that these drones are affecting, and I wanted to see where this is headed. And I arrived in someone's house from the perspective of from inside their front door, and there's a soldier knocking on the door. And I sense that this soldier is telling the occupants of the house that they need to leave. I went up to try to get an aerial view, see what I feel like are military personnel, big bulky like vehicles in this neighborhood. I was trying to put together exactly what I was seeing. I don't think this situation is going to resolve itself and just fade away. I believe it's going to go to new heights, because this did not feel like they had a choice. I guess some people will stay. They're knocking on people's doors and evacuating people from these drone areas. There's normally another agenda at play that they're not telling the public. They'll tell the public an official story, but it's really something else going on.
We had this elaborate operation. It's a psychological operation, the PSYOP, that has gone forward since, I would say, about 2012. But it actually goes back to 2004, because the New York Times, the great launch pad of all giant PSYOPs, revealed this UAP operation where the Navy has basically, the United States Navy has actually taken over the UFO, the entire UFO genre. And in 2004, we had a final giant experiment off the coast of California in the Pacific Ocean. U.S. Nimitz carrier group, battle carrier group, that was off the coast of California and created a safe space for this final experimentation that went on.
These drones, these craft, are they U.S. made craft, reverse engineered from downed Roswell craft, or are these otherworldly beings, otherworldly craft? What does your intelligence tell you about that? If you were involved in the X-Files program and at the FBI, what do you know about it?
Well, you had about 3 questions there, and I would say yes, no, and yes. But
okay, go for
the
them.
answers. The answers are that no, they are man-made. They are man-made things. They are recognizable by the signature silverish sort of skin that they have. It's this, but the shapes tend to be different in every case. There are some that are cigar-shaped. There are some that are larger. There are some that are much, much smaller. Some of them are those tic-tac shapes, those kind of ovals. So they're all different shapes and sizes. However, they have the same signatures of the movement that they are capable of. However, the way that we know they are not true UFOs. True UFOs can be extraterrestrial and extra dimensional. In other words, they are usually, they have capacity for shape shifting. They have a capacity for disappearing and reappearing. That is one of the ways that we know genuine UFOs are afoot. We're able to see those qualities in them. These Tic Tacs, these UAPs don't have those abilities. However, I do believe that they have the ability to destroy things, and that's why they're being built up. They are not, and this is the thing we're struggling with even now in our Congress, in our Senate, and in other places. They are man-made, but they appear not to be made by the United States per se. But it appears they are not under the control of the United States or any other nation. The deep state, the cabal, the Illuminati, the power that is over nations appears to be controlling them, and that fits in perfectly with them eventually building up this campaign of fear in the nations, which is what they're doing right now, to make people fear these UAPs. Ultimately, towards, and I'll tell you the next step. It's a little difficult to hear, but the next step, because they need to keep building up the fear of these UAPs. Next step is really for the UAPs to start shooting down our commercial airliners and our military jets from the skies. And that, I believe, is going to be happening very, very soon.
For decades, we've heard that these things are benevolent, that if anything, they want peace. If they're over Maelstrom Air Force Base in Montana, that they don't want us using nuclear weapons, etc., right? Anyone that follows these stories and knows the eyewitness accounts of the members of the military at Maelstrom Air Force Base, they were there and they were shutting off nuclear warheads that were not even connected to one another, right? With redundant systems. They were separately plugged in, basically, right? It's not like pulling out a surge protector. They were separately turned offline while this UFO was hovering above Maelstrom Air Force Base. And this is confirmed by members of the Air Force. Like, this is not me saying this. This is the Air Force saying this. So we've heard for decades that these are benevolent, that there's not. And now we're going to start to hear, they're going to start to use this story with these man-made craft, whether by Raytheon, whatever, to start creating problems, you know, so that we think that these are some otherworldly beings, but they're really us doing it. And they're going to start shooting down aircraft now.
The history of UFOs, much of it has been benevolent towards mankind. For instance, we've seen since Rendlesham in 1980, when Reagan was in office, we saw these UFOs that had all the hallmarks of actual UFOs, extra dimensional UFOs. They were UFOs that descended on an American military base on British soil in Rendlesham Forest, and we saw them. A lot of them were filled with light. They were obviously in a transitional state of matter. They had the ability to appear and disappear, and they all, now we're finding out, they all went and shut down nuclear missiles that were apparently at Rendlesham. That is the reason why this operation had to divorce themselves from the label UFOs, and they had to create this new thing, UAPs. And the ultimate goal, again, as I said, is fake alien invasion, which will not be pretty holograms, as many people believe. Many people have taken my theories and my work, and they've kind of screwed up the punchline. And the reason is because they're saying, oh, well, fake alien invasion is going to be just a bunch of holograms from Blue Beam project, from the Blue Beam operation.
Right.
And no, that's not what it's going to be. It's going to be these very physical, those abilities to be filled with light, to be shifting trend properties, and so forth. And so these are the things that we need to look at so that we can tell.
Now, this may be a little bit hard for some people to wrap their minds around, but as far as you starseeds, this is actually your higher selves up there flying around and being involved with this mission. It's you. So let's dispel the fear with knowledge. And this is an awakening process, but also this is a cleansing process. It's going to continue to ramp up. You know, a lot of us have been waiting for the event. So I do want to make a video on evacuation Earth, okay? Because these ETs, they're human. They're our human family. I love you guys. This is the event. This is what you're here for. It's happening. It's exciting. It's crazy. Be prepared for a convergence of events, like a crunching of the timeline, like Alex Collier talks about, that all of the timelines have been condensed and fused. So it looks like that's exactly what has happened, a convergence. I'm thinking about starting a podcast because it's crunch time. All right, Starseeds, I love y'all, and I will see you soon in the next video or podcast. Okay?